So this is the gas bay. This is the gas manifold that distributes argon to all of our tech runs in the lab, as well as the elemental prep setup. Typically we'll have a full row of gases here, just on a refill cycle, and we generally use about 4 tanks every month. I'll usually reorder them as they empty, but it averages out to be about 4 tanks a month, about 1 a week. So when you're refilling this gas manifold, you want to do both tanks on one side at once. You don't want to fill, you don't want to take one out from this side and then one out from this side. I mean, that's not too bad, but because there are actually junctions inside the stop backflow. But generally, it's better practice just to refill one side and then refill a whole other side when you do this. So if you'll come a little bit closer, these are the nozzles that we'll be using. These are the nozzles that actually screw right into the gas tanks. Typically, we'll actually use some Teflon tape, like so. That's in the drawer labeled gas change. You don't have to label. Okay, that's in the drawer labeled gas changing tools, right opposite the manifold. We'll usually snip off about 2.5 inches and wire it this way. So if you're looking at it, it's going to be clockwise. Right? Yeah, I believe so. Yeah. While looking at line, yeah. So it'll be clockwise. We'll actually put the Teflon line right on clockwise, and then it'll screw right into the right here. It'll actually just screw right into this part of the gas tank, and that'll be that. Now this manifold system also has several stop points. So the first of which is actually here. You can actually screw these so that the line is totally closed. The next one is going to be this valve right here. You can actually shut off this entire side if you don't want to use it. And the same thing over here on this side, although this side's already hooked up, so I'm not going to touch anything here. Now if you look at the gauge right here, you'll see 2 gauges on either side. That actually tells you the total pressure on either side. Right now that side is empty, so this dial is all the way down, whereas this one is full, so it's all the way up towards, what is it, 2000 psi, a little under that. This gauge is actually the regulator. This tells you the pressure coming out of the entire manifold system. Right now it's regulated to a little over 50 psi because that's actually our general pressure for all of our tech rans. And if you look at this switch right here, this switch actually tells you which side to primarily sample from. So right now this side's empty. Rather, this side's full, so I've got it set to this side. It's sampling from here. But if this side should run out and the other side is still full, it'll actually switch automatically to this side. At that point, this light will turn red and say you need to switch it. And then I can switch it right over and then take out the tanks on this side and refill them with new tanks. And then it'll have a renewed sort of backup system, if you will. And also, it's a good idea, well actually, it's a necessity to actually label the empty tanks with these labels right here. I just printed these out. They're just empty cylinder, argon with our college and the address. You want to tape these on. There's tape in here as well. You can tape them on right onto the tank right here. Make sure they're securely taped on, otherwise there'll be issues with returning the actual cylinder. Oh, and there's also a wrench here to use for the nozzle placements. And that's about it for the gas changing stuff.